Cedar Rapids Frontier Days. Why, it was a celebration of the prosperous times of the boomtown. The site that is now known as Hawkeye Downs was once a regional destination.
Destination.
That's what I was wondering about. Home to
I have a regional distension, but word on that later.
Destination makes more sense.
Yes. I believe my regional distension's about to burst.
I thought this was written in colloquial ways.
Colloquial times, they still would have said
Anyway.
destination.
Take two. The site that is now known as Hawkeye Downs was once a regional destination, home to a 5-day contest known as Frontier Days.
My dearest Martha, the Crandic Railroad has just delivered me to a site of wondrous amusement, and it is a much-needed respite as I nearly suffered a broke back from the mountain of paperwork upon my desk. And so I have taken in the distraction of Frontier Days in Cedar Rapids. 'Tis a marvel what these cowboys can do. Enclosed, please find the sheet music to a song entitled Rodeo Romeo, which I hope you will learn in your leisure on your compactly built upright spinner. Until this cowpoke can lasso you with his bandana, I remain John William Hardy, Armstrong's Men's Department.
Alcohol in the country was prohibited at the time, and so a prosperous community turned its thirst instead to family entertainments.
My darling John, news of your broke back reached me last week, and while I was upset to hear of your condition, the gaiety of the cowboys you described on Frontier Days brought a much-needed smile to my prohibition-soured face. Thirsty for just a taste of the sweet elixir to numb the pain of your departure, I went ahead and drank the perfume you sent for my birthday in your last correspondence. The brief high was barely worth the fragrant reversal of fortune as I returned the biscuits and gravy I had just claimed as my breakfast. Oh, excuse me, John, but the recounting of this story is triggering a reflex I cannot control. And so I will draw... And so I will draw to a close this sweet missive in hopes that I will be able to find some unsoiled stationery to write you again. Until then, I remain Martha Bellamy.
I'm out of puke. I'm sorry. I spilled all of our props before it was time.
The romantic ideal of the cowboy was a fit to fancy for the young and single at the time. Many a flapper flipped, so to speak, at the sight of the Rodeo Romeo.
My dearest Larry, I just wanted to tell you how I admire watching your ride at the Cedar Rapids Frontier Days. When you mounted Wild Willie, my heart nearly skipped a beat. I'm sure I wasn't the only cowpoke imagining himself in your position. If you ever find yourself near the train tracks in Cedar Rapids again, perhaps we could share a cup or a spoon. Willard Dudley Scott.
A Jim Burns production. Directed by Jim Burns. Written by Jim Burns. Sound editing by Jim Burns.